Have you ever noticed how some people seem to think clearer, focus deeper, and stay calmer under pressure? It often looks like talent, but in reality, it's usually the result of trained skills. Today, I want to share 4 powerful skills that don't just make you smarter, they reshape the way your brain works, the way you feel, and the way you approach life. The first skill is chess. At first glance, chess looks like just a board game, but psychologically, it's a full workout for your mind. Every move forces you to slow down, to think ahead, to consider consequences. You begin to develop patience, real patience, not the kind where you're just waiting, but the kind where you're actively thinking. Chess trains your ability to handle uncertainty. You're constantly asking yourself, what if? And over time, this carries into real life. You become less impulsive, more strategic. You stop reacting and start responding. The second skill is calligraphy. In a fast digital world, writing slowly by hand feels almost unnatural, but that's exactly why it's so powerful. Calligraphy forces you to be present. Every line, every curve requires attention. It becomes a form of meditation. Your breathing slows down, your thoughts quiet. Psychologically, it builds mindfulness and emotional control. You learn to appreciate the process, not just the result. And in a deeper sense, it reconnects you with something we often lose: the ability to create beauty with patience. The third skill is playing the piano. Music is one of the most direct ways to influence your emotional state. When you play the piano, you're not just pressing keys, you're training coordination between your hands, your ears, and your mind. It's a complex activity that strengthens memory, focus, and emotional expression at the same time. Psychologically, it gives you an outlet. Instead of holding emotions inside, you learn to express them through sound. Over time, this builds emotional intelligence. You start to understand not just music, but yourself. And the fourth skill is mathematics. For many people, math feels intimidating, but beyond numbers, math is about thinking clearly. It teaches you how to break down problems, how to stay logical when things get confusing. Psychologically, it builds resilience. You get used to not understanding something at first, and still continuing. You learn that confusion is not failure, it's part of the process, and that mindset changes everything. Instead of avoiding challenges, you start leaning into them. Now here's the most important part. These skills are not about becoming the best chess player or the best musician or a mathematician. They are tools. Tools that shape your brain, your discipline, and your emotional stability. In a world full of distractions, these kinds of skills give you something rare: control over your attention, your thoughts, and your reactions. So if you're looking to improve your life, don't just look for quick results. Choose something that trains your mind, something that challenges you, something that slows you down and builds you up at the same time. Because in the end, the strongest people are not the fastest or the smartest. They are the ones who trained their mind to work for them, not against them.